I had this thought this morning that I shared with Cameron, and I'm just playing with it. I don't know if it's true or not, but I said to her, and I don't think this is true, but I want to see if there's any truth in it. I said, I don't think women are beautiful until they're at least 30. Before 30, they're pretty.
Really interesting. Oh, yeah, okay.
They're
all right.
pretty,
I see the distinction.
but they're not yet beautiful. But I don't know if that's true, because obviously I would have said, maybe it's because I'm old, and now 20-year-olds look like 10-year-olds to me.
I don't think that's true. I disagree with that. I think I was having a conversation in a theology of the body class a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about modesty or something. And we were talking about when you're walking down the street at the beach or whatever, and a girl walks by and she's wearing a string bikini, or you see a billboard that's basically pornographic trying to sell you like a cheeseburger or something. I saw a sexy cheeseburger billboard the other day. It's a true story. Or pornography itself, right?
Yeah.
And when you're a man, I think if we're honest with ourselves, right? Especially when we're younger men, when you see pornography or a girl who's scantily clad or dressed really immodestly, you look at that, and there is like a lizard brain response that is eye-catching.
Yes.
Right? That is thrilling. That is exciting, right? My heart beats faster, and chemicals in my brain start to do the things that they're supposed to do. But you never find that beautiful, right? You never find that attractive, right? You find it...
Or you're attracted in a base sense, but not in a deep way.
A hedonistic kind of way.
Yeah.
Right? And I was saying that out loud to these boys, and these boys and I were having sort of this back and forth, and there are all these young women in the room. And the idea was... Like when you see that woman, you're not saying, "Oh my goodness, you're someone I want to get to know." Like, let me, you are beautiful. And I want to die to myself for your sake. Have my children.
Yeah,
let me love and honor you all the days of my life. That never crosses your mind. Whereas beauty is in this different category.
It's mysterious.
Has, well, the hedonism and the baseness stripped away.
Yeah.
And it's I want you. That's why nuns are so beautiful.
Yeah, I think you're right. Jason Everett has this line where he says, the problem with dressing immodestly is if the first thing that attracts a man's attention is your body, he's tempted to get to know the body, not the person. Whereas what you want to present is your person, which includes your body, but it's veiled and it's mysterious and alluring in the right way.
Well, one of the most beautiful women that I've had any contact with in the past year was a old wheelchair-bound nun in the airport when we were coming back from Africa. Do you remember that?
I didn't meet her, but you came and told me that.
I kneeled down beside her and we held hands, and she couldn't even speak English really well, but she sort of motioned to me, and I always make an effort of being like, just thank you for your vocation, God bless you, or whatever. And she just sort of reached out to me, and she sort of patted my hand, and she said some things to me. I have no idea what they were. But it was good. It was great. And there is that attraction that you feel towards them that doesn't have any of that filth mixed in. It's sort of like, not to go down, not to get too much into sexuality, but it's sort of like sex or sexual activity outside of marriage, right before you were married, because I sort of had this checkered, whatever, before I met my bride. And then within, whereas beforehand, not to be crass, but it feels like scratching an itch in a way. Like, oh, good. Okay, that thing that my body says I need to do, I've done, and that felt good, and that's over. But then there's sort of the barnacles and the filth and everything that's tied up in it. And then after you're married, when it's like, oh, that was great. That was amazing. I'm not trying to...
No, I got a great quote here that I want to look up from C.S. Lewis.
I've been on a C.S. Lewis kick lately.
Have you?
Yeah.
He has this great... I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but it's...
What's it about?
He says that... He talks about the difference between lust and love, just like you're talking about, scratching an itch. And he says whether or not there's any real love there can be seen whether you still want this woman after your itch has been scratched. And he says, like, a man doesn't keep the carton of cigarettes after he's smoked them.
Right. I shared that one with my Theology of the Body kids. He's got so many awesome quotes for Theology of the Body. Like with that class, with any of sort of philosophy classes or theology classes, I always try to tell the kids, I'm not good at any of this stuff. I just know people who are good at this stuff. So we're going to read and talk about things that people who are way better than I am at articulating things have to say.
But wouldn't you say, like, you've gotten way better at these things by God's grace?
By God's grace, and by
husband.
Borrowing heavily from people who are wonderful.
Oh, you mean the things you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I thought you were saying, like, I'm not good at, like, loving my wife. I'm not good at chastity. I'm not...
No, I think I absolutely need to grow in all of those things.
Yeah.
But my whole life, I feel like, has basically just been identifying people who are the kind of people I want to be like, and just lashing myself to their masts.
Amen.
I said that to my boss the other day.
I love that.
I said, like, I just want you to know that I pretty much tied myself to your mast, and I'm going wherever the ship goes. So if it goes down, I'm going down with it, because you are the kind of person I want to be. Your children are the kind of children I want mine to become.
That's right.
You got this way better than I do.
I love that. Here's a quote from Lewis. He says, lust is a poor, weak, whimpering, whispering thing compared with the richness and energy of desire, which will arise when lust has been killed.
That's beautiful.
So good.
He's the man.
He is the man.
I want to quote C.S. Lewis again.
He would apparently smoke 60 cigarettes a day.
Great. It's awful. We don't endorse that here on Pints with Aquinas.
Thank you very much for watching that clip. Before you go, do us a favor, click like, click subscribe, and if this really meant something to you, help us out by sharing it.